Speaking of rappers on tour and shit and shows.
This is a crazy fall from grace vibe right here.
Yeah.
And I saw him on schedule to come up here low key.
Well, I do appreciate his response.
I'm like, was that inappropriate for me to say? I thought you were gonna turn around and be like, I can't shut the fuck up.
I'm finna steal.
Guys, basically, Desiigner was on an international flight over the weekend coming back to the U.S. After a trip to Thailand and Tokyo. During the flight, he exposed himself and was scolded by a flight attendant. Once the plane landed in Minneapolis, he was met by cops, questioned, and eventually released. While on his trip, Desiigner got sick and was prescribed the meds. He believes the medication caused some sort of chemical imbalance. And we should look at his statement because I feel like this is like, we shouldn't be laughing at this.
Pulling your dick out on the plane is crazy.
For the past few months, I have not been okay, and I've been struggling to come to terms with what is going on. While overseas for a concert I performed at, I had to be admitted into a hospital. I was not thinking clearly. They gave me meds, and I had to hop on a plane home. I am ashamed of my actions and that happened on a plane. I landed back to the States, and I'm admitting myself into a facility to help me. I'll be canceling all my shows and any obligations until further notice. Mental health is real, guys. Please pray for me. If you're not feeling like yourself, please get help.
Okay, look.
That was a publicist statement, or
Definitely,
that was like
that's not him. I think he is right. When you are on drugs, of course, your thought pattern is gonna be a little different, and you're gonna be off. But
not take your dick out off.
You ain't let me land. I ain't never. I've been off some drugs, nigga. Drugs before, nigga. Like I ain't never put nothing in my nose or in my veins or no freaky shit like that, or smoke something I wasn't supposed to be smoked. But you feel me, nigga? Xanax days. I did some wild shit, nigga. I didn't woke up with my car under the bumper of a whole nother car and was like, how did I get here? But I've never pulled my dick out on a plane. But at the same time, though, he wasn't in America, right? He got drugs from Thailand. He got Thai drugs.
Yeah, Thai Xans.
He got lots
Thai
in
Xans might make you pull your dick out on the plane. You feel me? Thai Xanax might make you pull your dick out on the plane. Who the fuck knows?
Bro, this shit, honestly, watching a lot of old Joe Biden clips, bro. When he was younger, bro, he used to talk so well. He used to actually have be able to not read a prompter and
he's senile as
and bro,
fuck.
now he's basically he's senile as fuck. He's just out of his mind. And somehow he's our president still.
But that's because he's like 80.
But I've seen a lot of other examples of that, where there's also a lot of 80-year-old people who have still a healthy mind. It's sad to see that.
It depends on how you live your life, though. You
Exactly.
gotta be reading. You gotta be actively doing shit to keep them brain functions intact. You know what I'm saying? Keep renewing. Keep getting new neurons attaching to other shit by learning new information. You feel me? When you're just old and you just sit in your house, I'm pretty smart. When you just in your house, just sitting around, not stimulating your brain whatsoever, watching bullshit ass shit. Of course, by the time and on top of doing drugs, not living a healthy life, not eating well. Of course, by the time you're 80, your brain is gonna fucking deteriorate. Or on the flip side, you can live a healthy ass life and just have a
genetic shit.
A genetic disease, you know what I'm saying? Something that's passed down, and then it could just fry your brain out of nowhere.
But this is where I feel for him because I'm not sure what his age is, but I think he's in his 30s somewhere, right?
Yeah, late 20s.
And I have to say that's bro, I feel like sometimes I've not impulsive thoughts, but just random, stupid, if you're on an escalator, on an elevator,
you have impulsive thoughts.
You have
25.
No, not pull my dick out, but I'm saying
tripping.
sometimes he's 25. Oh, I'm older than him.
Yeah, nigga.
Jesus Christ.
I'm 25.
Relax.
I thought Desiigner was older, bro.
You niggas old.
Never mind. But anyways, the whole mental health thing scares me,
but
bro. The
that
idea of
is-
you losing your mind scares me like
That is
crazy.
a prime age to start having to deal with, mental issues.
Oh,
when
that's
you do
true.
Have them.
25
That's
is
when
the
they
prime
blossom, is what
age
you're
for
saying?
insanity.
Or
in your
sprout
20s.
That's when it
stuff
starts
is-
forming. and shit.
Psychosis.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
You know, when we started smoking as teenagers, they used to try to say that weed causes psychosis. I used to
Sounds
be
like
like, bro,
Bro, you know what's
suck my dick. There's no way I'm finna go psychotic off this gas. nigga.
Almighty? It's funny that you say that because I
might get
remember
hungry and go night night.
I remember when when they were trying to legalize weed, there was all this fucking Facebook propaganda about how weed cures this, weed is good for this, weed
I
is good for
remember
this,
that.
right? And I remember one thing that I like a lot of articles were talking about how weed prevents schizophrenia in the future, right? You're smoking weed actually can prevent schizophrenia. There's all these
no
old
fucking
articles
way.
about that. Now that it's been so many
pushes
years,
that on.
now there's new articles coming talking about how weed actually, if you smoke a lot of it throughout your youth, you're more likely to be develop psychosis or develop schizophrenia or other mental shit in the future. And like I said, there's another article, who knows if that thing is true, but it's just kind of funny how things change depending on what people want to hear.
Who knows? I think we gotta wait until it's more research because like this weed is so different from the weed 10 years ago. You can't tell me that test and shit from 10 years ago could still be up to date with the kind of weed that we smoke now. Because the weed is hella. You can't tell me that 2023 weed is like 2013 weed because it's not.
No, exactly.
You feel me? So it's like, yeah, those tests might be correct for that date, but weed is changing, bro. Like it's changing like a motherfucker. We don't know the effects of this shit if we being real.
Bro,
that's why we gotta wait 30 years. Like same thing with these BBLs and all this shit. We gotta wait 10, 15 years and see what really happens.
Bro, I seen something about how and it's true how like to get a good night's sleep, you have to enter your last stage of sleep. It's called REM sleep. And when you smoke weed, when you're high, it prevents.
REM sleep is where the dreams.
Yeah, exactly. And weed completely prevents you. Like you cannot enter REM sleep high. You have to. The weed has to wear off your brain, and then you can enter REM sleep. And there's like a lot of studies out there how like if you smoke weed and you go to sleep and then you wake up, you still feel drowsy and tired because you never actually entered REM sleep. You laid there for 8 hours with your eyes closed, but you never actually got any sleep. And also, just to finish this, I heard about how like REM sleep is super important. You're supposed to get this like those thoughts out, those imaginations out, and all that shit, right? And the sleep out. But apparently, if you don't get REM sleep for a long time, you start hallucinating, and you start like your dreams start becoming like reality, starts mixing with the reality you see and shit.
I think,
and I think like, what if weed does that shit?
I think the weed smoking the REM shit cap because I smoke every night and I have dreams every night.
You wake up and remember your dreams.
Hell yeah! Well, I ain't gonna lie. At a certain point, I remember I forgot who told me, but it was like some professor or some shit that told me when I wake up that as soon as I wake up I should put my phone on and write them down. And that's what I do. Because if you notice when you first wake up, you'll fully remember the dream,
vivid.
And then a couple minutes later it'll get more faint and more faint, and then you just like, what the fuck did I even dream about?
Yeah, exactly.
And I smoke every fucking night before I go to sleep, bro. Every night, and I remember my dreams every morning. I had a dream this fucking morning for sure.
That's
I'll
crazy.
be high as fuck. I didn't write it fucking down this morning. I woke up at 12 and I had to get the fuck up and come right here.
You woke
I didn't
up
have
at
no
12?
time. Yeah, bro. And
What time did you go to
I was
bed?
still on time.